Hey guys. Okay, as promised, I said a lot of you seemed interested in hearing this story, so I thought I would read it to you. So this is called Diary of an Awesome Friendly Kid, and this is Rowley Jefferson's Journal by Jeff Kinney. Hi, I'm Rowley Jefferson. Here it says, I wrote the words and drew the pictures all by myself without any help from a grown-up. And then he's down here going, okay, then who's this guy? The author, of course. Okay, now this book is about to get started for real. I hope you think it's good. Trust me, you won't. My first entry. Hi, I'm Rowley Jefferson, and this is my diary. I hope you like it so far. I decided to start a journal because my best friend, Greg Heffley, has one, and we usually do the same stuff. Oh yeah, I should mention that me and Greg are best friends. I'm sure you're probably like, well, tell me more about this Greg guy. But my book isn't about him. It's about me. The reason I called my book Diary of an Awesome Friendly Kid is because that's what my dad is always saying about me. Rowley, you are an awesome, friendly kid. Like I mentioned already, Greg is my best friend, which makes my dad my second best friend. But I don't tell him that because I don't want to hurt his feelings. We are best friends, right, son? Gulp. Now that I brought up my dad, I should mention he doesn't seem to like Greg all that much. And the reason I get that feeling is because my dad is always saying it. I do not like Greg. But that's only because my dad doesn't really get Greg's sense of humor. Right now, you're probably thinking, hey, Rowley, I thought this book was supposed to be about you. Well, you're right. So from now on, I promise there's going to be a lot more Rowley in here. The first thing you need to know about me is that I live with my mom and dad in a house at the top of Surrey Street, which is the same street my best friend Greg lives on. I already talked about my dad, but my mom is pretty great too because she feeds me healthy food and helps keep my body clean. Scrub, scrub. Every morning, I walk to school with my friend Greg. We usually have a total blast when we're together, but sometimes I do things that annoy him. Stop whistling. But what really gets on Greg's nerves is when I copy him. So I'm probably not going to let him know about this journal because it's just going to make him mad. Anyway, writing in this book is a lot of work, so that's all I'm going to do for today. But tomorrow, I'll put a little more Greg in here because, like I said, we're best friends. My second entry. Okay, so bad news. Greg found out about my diary. I guess I felt kind of proud that I had my own journal and I wanted to show him. But just like I predicted, it made him mad. Greg said I totally ripped him off and that he was going to sue me for stealing his idea. I said, well, go ahead and try because you're not the first person to write in a diary. Then Greg said it's a journal, not a diary, and then he whapped me with my own book. I told Greg if he was going to be a jerk, then I wouldn't say nice things about him in my journal. Then I showed him what I wrote so far. At first, he seemed annoyed because I always forget to draw noses on people. But then he said my book gave him an idea. Greg said one day he's going to be rich and famous and everyone will want to know his whole life story. And he said I could be the one to write it. I said, I thought that's what your journal is for. And he said that's his autobiography, but my book could be his biography. Greg said there are going to be a lot of biographies about him one day, but he'd give me the chance to write the first one. I thought that sounded like a good idea because I'm Greg's best friend and no one knows him better than me. So I'm going to start this book over with a new title, and now the main character is going to be Greg instead of me. But don't worry. I'm still going to be in it a lot too.